All right. We are live. Welcome, everybody, to a later Thursday night edition of Blabbin' About Slabbin'. As you can see, Chris is on location. Where are you at, Chris?
I'm back in Charlotte. I'm with my parents. And I got to say, Jeff, I didn't plan ahead, and I was irresponsible on my end. There's always, some whiskey or some bourbon in the house, and or the apartment, and there isn't. So, here I am. I'm going to be drinking a couple of these bad boys tonight with us.
All right. I like that. I thought you were going to pull out some dessert wine or something to have to be sipping on.
Some limoncello maybe or something like that. No, thankfully I didn't quite have to scrape that barrel, but
no,
these are pretty sweet. I don't hate them. This is the kind of thing I would want to drink if I'm outside, like at a pool and it's 100 degrees out. These would go down real easy.
They do. Sometimes too easy. Welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining the chat. Yes, people reminding me that the Brewers look terrible against Paul Skenes today. He's still running roughshod through the league.
Yeah, there's no shame in looking bad against Paul Skenes. I don't think.
No, they don't have much on him yet, so we'll see how he goes his second and third time through the league. But you had a question on here. Jamie Kerrigan is probably guessing by where you are that you had a rip.
Yeah, I put it up on Instagram. I was doing a cocktail rip with my dad at the bar in their assisted living building. I also want a quick shout out to SFO Sox fan who says the only bottle of whiskey at my parents' house is the one I drank when I was a teenager and refilled with iced tea, and it's still on the shelf. No, even that one's gone. So we did a rip of 2022 Stadium Club Chrome. I grabbed a hobby box before I left LA to come down here.
Great,
because my dad has never pulled in all the retail stuff that we rip over the last year to 18 months they've been here. He's never pulled an autograph. So I keep telling him it's possible, but he's never seen one. I figured a hobby box of Stadium Club Chrome. He's going to pull his first autograph. He's going to be excited. So I'm going to show you the best card out of our box.
All right, let's see it. Here we go. Brrr. Hey, is that an Otani? I don't see an auto on there, though.
This is a Shohei Otani base card.
Yeah.
This is the best card in our box. To quote my dad, when I told him to go through his pile of cards again, there's nothing, quote, goddamn signed in this box. We did not get an autograph. We can't do it. We cannot find an autograph here. I mean, he now he thinks I'm lying. I showed him, it says it on the box. We're guaranteed one autograph. And he's like, no way. So I don't know. That stinks. We're pretty bummed. I don't know. I don't know what Topps does anything when that happens other than say, tough break.
Are you going to send them the packages, the packs back?
I don't know. I'll send them an email and see what they say.
Yeah. Get a quote from your dad for sure to put in.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Our numbered refractors where we got a green of somebody named Nick Plummer. Never heard of this person.
All right.
I'm not sure if he's just the Citi Field plumber who got a card. I don't know. We got a blue refractor of John Means, who may or may not still be pitching.
Yeah.
I don't know. And the other card of note was a Heliot Ramos base card. So that was a rough box. That was a rough box, Jeff.
We've opened a lot of rough boxes, but man, I think that might be worse than any we've opened.
Yeah, this was one of the worst. Given the context, especially, it was pretty tough. It was pretty tough. But after the PSA reveal we had, I can't complain too much. But I probably still will.
Yes, if anybody didn't tune in, we had a PSA reveal this week. Please check out our video. It was a very pleasant reveal.
Yes.
We had a grader who was in a good mood. Shout out to For Our Troops' Sake. Quinn is here. Appreciate your videos, your kindness, and your help. I hope your group is doing well. Please continue to stay in touch and please keep watching. Shout out to everybody. SFO Sox fan said Ramos is an all-star. Put some respect on that name.
Oh, no, dude, he is amazing. I picked him up in one league. I'm sure Jeff has him in one, and I really like his card.
I do.
I like this image, this nice horizontal. Looks like he's just run to first base, probably going to leg out a double. This is a really cool card. It would have looked great with an auto. I'm not going to lie.
I was just going to say it would look great with an auto. Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah, but you win some, you lose most.
I'm afraid that's sad but true.
Yeah. Ooh, ooh.
4D says, after your 2020 Top Stadium Chrome episode, I impulse bought 2 blasters, hit the Riley auto, and just gemmed.
That's awesome. Congratulations. I love that Riley
Congratulations.
card. That's amazing.
Yeah.
If I had Riley's glutes, Jeff, well, quick.
Yeah. Jeez.
I would be so happy to sign right across them over and over again with the home run sign in the background. Like, that's a near perfect
That's a great card.
baseball card.
Yeah. Yes, that's one of Chris's Grail cards, I believe. The Super Fractor auto of that one.
Nate Cards and More points out the Phillies just swept the Dodgers. And I'm not gonna lie, that did not help my father's mood. We had to compound that loss with no autograph in the box. It was a rough. I had to go an extra Scotch sour deep just to sort of level them out a little bit.
Smooth it over.
Yeah.
So maybe you and your dad should open Topps Chrome. That comes in next week, right? Daniel's asking if we're in or out.
We're not spending $190 for a Topps Chrome hobby box. I'll tell you that right now. There's not a chance in hell.
No
way.
I might check out some singles for that. We'll see.
Yeah, I will definitely. I want to see what the Ellie De La Cruz like rookie autos look like. There's a couple like I know we got images of them, Jeff. We got images of the award winner variations popped out on IG.
Yeah,
it does. It just looks like a parallel to me. I should pull that up in case other people, our viewers, haven't seen it. Hold on. Who shared that? Was it Topps, Jeff? Is that who it kind of came from?
Yes, I believe Topps is the one that showed that Otani card.
Yeah, I showed the whole Otani. I think Acuna was in there. I thought they showed them.
I didn't even look through the rest of them. Yeah, Jamie's asking what cards. I'm excited to see. I like the design. I like this year's design, so I'm sure they're going to look good. I want to see how much gold they have in the golds. They haven't released any images of those yet, have they, Chris?
I haven't seen any like refractors or anything like that. No. Shoot, where is it? Come on.
While you're looking up that Cincy. Well, Chris and I are probably the wrong people to go to when asking about pitchers as an investment, since we hadn't bought any pitchers, and then we decided to buy a little bit of Garrett Cole and Spencer Strider, and they've not had great seasons. So I don't know, a long-term investment, maybe.
I mean, the thing about, okay. Skenes looks incredible, and he's really exciting, and you want to own him in fantasy. You want to watch all his starts, and you want to get carried away with how great he could be. This is exactly how everyone felt about Steven Strasburg.
Yes.
So they're if Skenes can stay healthy, yeah. I mean, he's going to walk into Cooperstown, and you can put his plaque on top of Nolan Ryan's. But we're gonna have to wait and see. I would not buy his update stuff. Is going to be insanely expensive, right, Jeff?
Yeah, it's going to be ridiculously expensive. So if you're going to buy them, don't buy right when it comes out. I think if you wait a while, you might get a better chance to buy. Or like Dave says, just wait for his injury, wait for the 15 months when he's out with Tommy John, and you can probably get some then.
Yeah, I mean, if you like Spencer Strider, this is a great year right now to buy Spencer Strider cards. And I mean, Strider did what Skenes is doing for a whole season. Then he got hurt, so I don't know. This is what the cards I was talking about. The stuff I was excited for in Topps Chrome were the award winner award winner variations, they were called. I was hoping they'd be images, of each player doing something exceptional.
Yeah, it's more about these like olive branch crowns. But so now, to be clear, these are only out of 23, or are there base versions?
No, yeah, correct. These are numbered out of 23, and this is it.
Okay, right. So it's not. Yeah, it's an insert. It's an insert parallel, right? Not really a variation of any kind.
Yeah, I would say, yeah. It's a really low numbered parallel of 6 cards. They look pretty cool. I want to see how they look in hand, Yeah,
but, like I said, I do like the design. So well, wait a minute, Chris. So are you saying, like, is this going to be Ohtani's base picture as well?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because this is Acuna's base picture, isn't it?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's his base card out of Series 1, out of flagship. That was
okay. All right. So yeah, you're more than right about it being a parallel. So that's interesting. So that's just, they slap something on the bottom. I see that it has what the award they've won below their name.
Yeah, it is. Otani's going to be actually, and Otani's going to be an interesting case, Jeff, because obviously, he and Snell aren't on the same team anymore. And this image is certainly not. Actually, was this? No, Ohtani didn't have a Series 1 card, right? He just had that, like,
he had this super short print, right?
Yeah. So it's interesting. I don't know. I don't know what Ohtani will be an interesting case. I don't know.
Ohtani is still going to have an Angels base card. Yeah, I wouldn't.
I don't know, but it wouldn't make sense, Jeff, to give him this card as the AL MVP winner and put him in a Dodgers uniform. So
not on this card, right? But then will it be different than his base?
We're gonna have to wait and see. I imagine we'll find out within 2 hours of the the first box, the first case getting ripped. All I know is that's definitely what Acuna's flagship base card was. I recognize the image.
Yeah, in the chat, we're not getting very positive reviews of these particular cards.
Yeah, when I first saw the award winner variations, I was just picturing a super short print of Acuna standing on second base, or holding up the bag, celebrating his 70th steal. I still haven't gotten that card, Jeff. Where is that card?
Part of their award-winning season, you think they would take this opportunity to put on there? Yeah, I don't know if we're going to get that card.
I'm gonna have to make it myself if we don't. Cincy nerd, real quick. You will absolutely not get a Reese Hines or a James Wood an update this year. They're going to be in next year. James Wood will be all over Series 1 next year.
Probably, yeah. Like John and Dad said, see what their Tops Now cards say for a little hint.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, if their Tops Now cards say debut, then it'll be next year. If they say RC, it'll be this year. That's a great way to sort of to find out.
Yeah,
a good cheat, if you will.
Yeah. Oh wait, JG Win with some important. Did you guys see the new update video on Chunk? No,
I didn't. Please fill us in.
Yeah, give us any Chunk updates. Oh, he just sent it.
Oh,
he says.
All right, hold on. We all want some Chunk footage.
All right. While you're doing that, there's some comments about Skenes being built like Clemens. Well, we know how Clemens got through his career. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like Clemens also didn't come out throwing like this. I saw some stat about Skenes and his 100-mile-an-hour pitches. Isn't it like an obscene gap between him and the next starter who's throwing 100-mile-an-hour pitches?
Probably. Yeah. I mean, I don't even know. Are other starters even doing it?
Very few. I think that was why
Hunter Green a couple times
was so big. Yeah.
I don't. All right. Jeff, I think it was sent to the Blabbin account. So you're going to have to pull that up. While you're doing that, we missed out last week. It was SSP Thursday, of course, the national holiday. So we didn't get into some Instagram pickups from our fellow baseball card Instagrammers. So I wanted to take a few minutes and just highlight some cards that people we follow on Instagram picked up in the last week to 10 days that are really cool and definitely worth talking about. So we are going to start assuming. Come on, brain. All right. I flew across the country today. I'm a little jet lagged.
Hey, JG Win, if you could send it to either Chris's account or my regular account, that would be great. It's hard to switch accounts on the computer.
Yeah, it is. On the desktop. All right, so first up, Matty H here shows us a Francisco Lindor Topps Heritage Black Refractor. These are awesome. There is a big portion of the card community, Jeff, that just loves Heritage Black Refractors. So if you guys don't follow Matty H cards, please give him a follow. And in his description here, he talks about how this was a consolidation project of his. This is a card he always wanted. He sold a bunch of smaller and low-end to mid-end cards to get to this card. I love seeing stories like that. You give yourself a collecting goal and hit it.
Yep. Get rid of the cards that don't make you happy and put it towards one that does.
Yeah. I asked him if he misses any of the cards that he's sold to get to this Lindor, and absolutely he does not. He does not.
Not surprising.
So something to keep in mind. If there's a card that feels out of reach, I bet there's stuff in your collection you could move to get to it. And once you get to that other card, I don't think you're going to miss the stuff that you moved.
No, rarely will you think about the cards that left, even if you have to sell them at a loss or not high market value.
Absolutely. All right, next up, we have a frequent viewer of the show and friend of the program, I should say, Will Z Sports Cards. Oh, it's gone. Sorry. What did I hit? Wrong thing. Okay, give me a second. There it is. All right, so it wasn't just me that potentially jinxed Zach Wheeler. Friend of the show, Will Z Sports Cards, picks up this really cool first Bowman Chrome Auto. It's an orange out of 25. We forget that Wheeler was on the Giants briefly, right?
Yeah, I forgot that.
Real interesting trivia question. Does anyone remember who the Mets traded to get him? I'm trying to think, and I can't think of it off the top of my head. I'm sure there's a disgruntled Giants fan here or an excited Mets fan who then became disgruntled when he went to the Phillies. But this card is awesome. He's got a really cool signature. I love that. The cursive Z is great. But if you're a believer in Zach Wheeler, and I do think, Jeff, that in terms of Hall of Fame for starters, Garrett Cole is probably going to be the last horse that we see.
Yeah.
He's still got a shot at 3,000 Ks and maybe 200 wins. I don't see any of these modern guys getting there. Beltran. Thank you, SFO Sox fan. But so when the dust settles and Wheeler's looking at 140 wins and 2,000 plus strikeouts, he might be on an island right there. I don't know. I think he's got a very interesting Hall of Fame case, especially if he's hoisting a trophy sometime in a World Series trophy in the next couple of years. What do you think, Jeff?
Yeah, he's going to have a good chance to be part of some postseason teams, it looks like, for the foreseeable future. So he's going to get a chance to get some more exposure, and he's as consistent as anybody in the game. So again, we just got to say you got to stay healthy, and if he does, I like his chances.
Yeah, and I think he's 34, which feels old, but he's built like a fireballer. He's got a good frame to keep going. So I like him. I wish he weren't on the Phillies, but he's definitely a starting pitcher that I'm intrigued by. I bought a card of his, and then he immediately left his next start. So
has he pitched since then?
I don't think so. He's supposed to pitch Saturday or Sunday this weekend before the All-Star break, but they're up by so much. They should probably just let him rest.
All right, James Nguyen thinks he's going to go 6-7 more years. Be impressive. We don't see a lot of 40-year-old starters, hard throwers anyway.
Yeah, I mean, if someone gives him $25 million a year, he's going to try it.
Oh yeah.
All right, so I like that card. I think that card has potential, and I don't think it was very expensive. So, all right, now I missed this one, I think, on SSP Thursday, Jeff. But if I didn't, we talked about it, we're going to talk about it again, really briefly.
We did not talk about it.
Okay, wow. I didn't think so. So this is a 2020 Topps update. 2020 Top, they really started making some crazy cards, like that triple rookie. That's a SSP.
I've never seen this one.
This one is really cool. It's the only copy I've ever seen. I know it exists, but I've never actually seen someone post it before. So this is pretty cool. I don't know what the pop is. I'm guessing it's I would say around 5. But and he even wrote it right there, pop 4. Really cool. If you're a Dodger fan, you're probably a Lakers fan, and this card kind of checks a lot of boxes if you can find it.
That's really cool. Yeah, boy, I would love that card.
Oh, and Oni cards, ONEY cards. Make sure I give credit where credit is due.
Oni cards, great card. Wow.
All right, speaking of great cards, obviously these are all going to be great, but our buddy Falcons Sports Cards, posted a 2011 Topps Hope Diamond. And if you've never seen these cards in person, the cognacs are kind of brown, the diamonds are beautiful, but the blue that comes out of these Hope Diamonds is really impressive, Jeff. This is back when Topps was all effort all the time. And this is a Hank Aaron card. And his description of his story, he'd never seen it before. And then someone on Reddit just posted it, and he felt an immediate need to just grab the card. And I think we've all felt that as well.
Yep.
That's a cool story, and this card is fantastic.
Yeah, Chris still talks about the Freeman that he saw in hand, the Freeman Hope Diamond, which he ended up not getting because it wasn't in great condition. But what a design! Yeah,
I handled that card for quite a few minutes, and in the light, it's spectacular. But it was real and it was spectacular. But it just had a bunch of roller marks, and it looked like it had been sitting on top of a bunch of dirt. It had all these little indents on the back. And the seller just didn't want to come under. I think they wanted $1,500 for it.
$1,500 it was, yeah.
I couldn't do it. But this Hank Aaron card is awesome.
Beautiful. I love the instant pickup from Reddit as well.
Yes. Sometimes you see a card and you're like a shark that smells blood. Your eyes go black and you need it immediately.
Yeah, we got a comment about the previous card. Whoever picked up that Wheeler card has great taste, which I believe it was Will's. Yes.
Hey, well, there we go.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a great buy. All right, next up we have someone. He's in the chat right now. We're going to talk about SFO Sox fan.
All right.
He posted a card that, Jeff, you know me. This is a card if I saw for sale, I'd be all over it.
Yes, absolutely.
2010, 2011, 2012, 2013, those early years of Topps Chrome. We're not early, but like those are like, to me, the golden years of Topps Chrome. They were just coming into like golds out of 50, reds out of 25. Great images. Look at this red color match for the Red Sox. I mean,
yep, on the follow through, that's a bomb. It just went on.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's also a very impressive crotch bulge on this card. I don't know if you can see it. If you can't see it on my computer here, go to SFO Sox fans account and zoom in because it's pretty impressive.
Well, that's probably why it is such a sought after card.
For sure. It also maybe explains the Surface 9 grade as well on this. But SFO Sox fan, great pickup, man. That's a really cool David Ortiz card. So much red on that. All right.
The dude above Poppy's elbow is screaming.
Yes.
I can't quite make it out, but
yes. Yeah. You can see there's a bunch of Red Sox fans that are reaching. They're pretty excited. We'll put it that way. But yeah, that guy above his elbow he's having himself a moment.
Chris, are the Hope Diamonds numbered or are they just printed?
They're numbered out of 60. They're same as the Topps Black that year.
I knew it was 60. I didn't know if they were numbered or not.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
And they are. I still think about that Freeman, like Jeff mentioned. I just couldn't pony up the cash for it. All right. Next up, we have a type of card that Jeff and I rarely talk about.
Rarely.
Patch autos. But this account, Snow Cards, SNOE cards, picked up this Yordan Alvarez Dynasty rookie. And this patch, it's usually I don't really care, but the fact that this is very clearly from the postseason.
Yes. Yeah, that's very cool. What is it numbered out of, Chris?
5.
Yeah, I mean that is exciting to see. Typically, like Chris said, we don't talk about patch autos. Some of our friends on Spitball and Cards, especially Ty, has been promoting Dynasty, saying it's the next big breakout. And cards like this, I could see why. Now, Chris, do we know if it's game used or what is the disclaimer on the back of something like this?
That is an excellent question, and I'll be honest, I am not 100% sure.
Okay.
I
know there was a really cool Devers one Dynasty that I was looking at on ComC, and the back, of course, said it's not from any event, player, or year. So that's okay. Like if you know this is from his postseason jersey, that means a lot. But if it's just either something he put on or somebody else put on or they bought from Dick's,
it's hard to say. The fact that it says postseason kind of got me excited, and I do like the fact that the image is black and white. It makes the blue auto really kind of pop on the card.
Yeah.
In the description here, Snow Card says it is a game-worn rookie postseason patch auto.
Love it.
So maybe I can't really zoom in on this tiny print here.
Love it. Yeah.
Maybe if your son is awake, maybe he could read that, but sure as hell, I can't. Those days are behind me. But this is a really cool card. One of the few dynasties that really stops me dead in my tracks. All right. Kind of opposite end of the collecting spectrum. We got BC Slabs here. If you follow this account at all, they were a big fan of Stadium Club rainbow foils,
which are out of 25.
Correct. And they also look incredible in person.
Yeah.
Like they're kind of like refractors, but they're not chrome.
Yeah. So they're like a foil, but they have a refractor look on them.
Yes.
In fact, I just bought a Keston Hira for $3 on eBay.
There are rainbow foils in Flagship as well, but these look so much better.
Yeah. And
are way more rare. So this is just really cool to see. He's got some big names. And Ortiz, Sabathia, Verlander, Votto, Utley, Cabrera, and Joe Mauer. I believe he's working on the set. But it's just really cool to see all these potential Hall of Famers together.
Yeah, I like that. And a great lighting on that image, too.
Yes. A very well lit, eye-catching image here.
Andrew reminds us that Dynasty always says game used on the front and usually from no specific event on the back, which now that he says that, I remember Ty talking about that. They just want to have kind of a disclaimer just in case, but it's annoying.
Yeah, it's a bummer. It's still, as far as Dynasty goes, that's about as excited as I'm going to get about it. I will say. Yeah. So, okay, we got, I think, one more. Oh, wait, there might be two more. Oh, yeah. All right. So our buddy here, BFG Trading Cards.
Yes.
He was a little confused about when SSP Thursday is, but, aren't we all sometimes? That's okay. He posted this pretty incredible Albert Pujols 2022 update SSP where he's pitching, and I love this card.
It's a great card. Yeah, it's a very memorable moment in a guy with a long career with many memorable moments.
Yes, a guy with, there aren't a lot of cards of the 700 home run club of them on the mound.
Right.
I think outside of Babe Ruth, that's probably the only other possibility. Yep. Even I don't think Hank Aaron ever threw a mop-up inning.
I don't believe so either. So I'd say Pujols.
Yeah. So this is cool. In his post, he talked about how he didn't really know what SSPs were and his variations, and he went back through like I guess he ripped. Looked like he ripped a bunch of boxes, and he went back through afterwards when he realized what variations were and found this card.
Yeah, what a nice find to go back and find that. That's
but it makes you wonder how many people don't do that.
A lot of people, and I think that's why a lot of these cards get lost to the dustbin of history. So any stated print runs or estimated print runs, there's not nearly that many cards available now. More so because now they're Golden Mirror, they're SSP big on the back, but anything prior to the Golden Mirrors coming out is just going to be a lot more rare.
Yeah, especially sets like I think Stadium Club on opening day, especially a lot of those image variations are they're gone. Sadly, but this card is awesome. Like Jeff said, it's a pretty cool image. I feel like Topps put a pitching image of him in a Stadium Club set too, which is kind of a bummer. But this card is special for sure. I think it's his only flagship pitching image, which is funny to think.
Is it the same image, Chris? Or
no, it's just a different angle, I think, of the same inning.
All right.
But not the first time that Topps used something similar, like a stadium base card, basically equating Stadium Club base to flagship SSP in terms of image quality.
Yeah, that's what Ryan's saying too.
Yep.
JG Win, I think Miggy did throw a mop-up inning.
Oh.
He doesn't have quite the home run total to make the
interesting. So is Miggy the only Triple Crown winner to ever pitch in a game?
Well, and it'd be fun if there was a card of that.
Yeah, that might be worth looking into.
But yes, as a reminder, everybody, SSP Thursday, while SSP our SSP days are every day for Chris, we're trying to do SSP Thursday just once a month. So it's a little bit limited. So it's the first Thursday of every month, which this next month for August, I believe, falls on the 1st. Chris, is that right?
That is correct. Yes.
Okay. So everybody get your SSPs ready to post on Instagram.
Also, there one more card I want to talk about from Instagram, and then there was a question for you and I specifically. Obviously, the questions are for you and I, but about our joint collection that I wanted to address.
I saw that too. Yeah.
Okay, we'll come back to that. But the last card I want to talk about is one of the really, I think most of our viewers probably are aware of it, but if you're not, we're going to clue you into one of the coolest parallels out of Topps Chrome in the 2000 era, and that is the 2004. I think they're called Red X-Fractors. So this Ichiro belongs to True First Rooks, if I'm reading that correctly through my now blurry, exhausted eyes.
Yep.
So these are limited to 63 copies, but they're not numbered, but they are insanely rare. And I believe there was like one in each hobby box, Jeff.
Yeah, that's what I think. That's what he was describing. One in each hobby box, but it's the entire checklist, right? So
it's the entire checklist.
The chance of you getting a great player were pretty limited.
Right. The chance of you getting Marcus Giles were almost guaranteed. So he said, again, he's pointing, the True First Rooks here points out the number graded. There's 5 of the 63 Ichiros have been graded. And these cards are spectacular. So if you collect someone who was active in 2004, please go take a look and see if you can track down. I mean, ideally, the less popular they are, the cheaper it's going to be.
Yeah, they are really rare. It's hard to find, like Chris said, it's hard to find the good players. It's hard to find any of these available. And I wonder if a lot are in permanent collections with people who collected. I wonder if anybody tried to put this set together or team sets of this. I don't know. You just see them so infrequently.
Yes. I talked, I forget who it was, but I was having a conversation about these cards with someone who was like more active in the hobby in 04 than you and I were. And he was just explaining to me how much smaller the hobby was. So his theory on this was that like 60% of each card, he thinks, never even got ripped. That there's just, they're sitting in the Topps factory in boxes that no one bought.
Really?
So that's just a working theory. We don't know, but
I would love to open up some boxes of these. Hey, this is what you should open with your dad sometime. Get a box of this and open it up.
Oh yeah. So the red X Fractor can be someone neither of us have heard of, and he can just chuck it across the room. I don't know. But these are really cool. And they're in update as well. And do I have this right? They did something similar in 2003 as well, Jeff. And that if SFO Sox fan is still here, in 23 Topps Chrome update, it's technically David Ortiz's first Red Sox card. And there is, I don't know if they're red, that might be blue X Fractors, but I think their red X Fractors exist for that.
Is that the one that SFO Sox fan was talking about?
It might be.
Went for 1.2K.
Probably. That's like, if you're a Red Sox fan, that's one of David Ortiz's best cards.
Oh, I bet it
really
looks great.
The Twins cards don't matter. I know they came first, but I mean,
yeah,
they're just not a big deal.
No. John, Babe Ruth did not win a Triple Crown. That's the era when you had crazy batting averages where you had guys batting 380, 400. Yep. I know he led the league in OBP at least 5 times, but that didn't translate to him leading an average. So Correct. He does not qualify for the Triple Crown pitching stat like Miggy does.
I also want to put Andrew Applebaum. You are correct. Dylan Carlson's flagship SSP rookie is him making a jumping catch against the wall. And then they use that exact same image as his base Stadium Club card. It's one of the ones Jeff and I actually railed against back in 2021. There has to be some sort of communication at Topps. And sometimes there just isn't.
Yeah, it just dilutes any sort of value or interest in that in the short print.
Yeah. The super short print should be an image you can only get on this one super rare card. And when it's in every 3 Stadium Club boxes, what's the point? But as Andrew Applebaum, so
the point is, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, as
if you had any gold refractors of him or something, you might know. Welcome, Tom Lack. Thanks for catching us live. It's always fun to have people on here because we get to learn a lot of things that we never thought we would even discuss. So welcome.
Okay. Real quick, Caleb, I did see, I think these are, they brought the black refractors back, and I guess we're getting black speckles for image variations. So
black speckles. Is it going to be the case where the image variations are only speckle? Because that's happened before.
Yeah, I think the image variations are only going to be speckles. But as we discussed when that checklist came out, there will be some other speckle colors that aren't image variations. So good luck. Good luck figuring out what you're seeing in Topps Chrome this year. I don't even know.
There's a lot to sift through. Yeah.
Oh, Jim in Florida with a fantastic point. Imagine the Pirates get into a wild card spot.
Yeah.
You're going to be a best of 3, and the first game is Paul Skenes.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you do? Well, would you consider, do you rest your ace? Do you hold your ace back for game 2? And just not concede, not punt game? Nah, that's stupid. Ignore that. That's a dumb thought.
No, but what I'm finding interesting, okay, let's say that happens. Let's play this out. Let's say he wins the 1-game playoff, so they advance. Then what do the Pirates do?
Well, no, I think it's all 3 games now, right? That first round. I don't think there are any 1 games.
Okay.
So it would be like them against the Braves.
Okay, so he would pitch game 1 and then he'd be done for that series.
Yes.
What happens if they advance? How many innings are they going to let him have? What if they make it to a 7-game series? Are they going to let him pitch 3 times like some aces do in 7-game series?
Not 3 times, but I think you got to ride him out. I mean, the Nationals they heard it forever. Remember when they deactivated Strasburg for the playoffs that year?
Yeah.
I think people are still mad about that. So Strasburg, I'm sure, is mad about that. How many chances did he get?
Well, then he won 1, so I guess before his arm fell off, and he still gets $200 million, so he can't be too upset.
True, and he still has that World Series MVP trophy to warm himself as he falls asleep at night. Hold on, Jorge's cards. We have not seen any image variations, any preview image variations out of Topps Chrome yet.
Nothing yet,
but it should be soon. I mean, I think It's like a week or two now, Jeff, right?
We're getting really close.
Yeah,
I don't know when the release date is, but we are getting close.
Yeah, Breaker's going to start breaking, and then it shouldn't take long, I wouldn't think, until we start seeing some variation images.
All right,
so I'm excited.
I think Wyatt's thinking we're getting a little crazy with the Pirates even making the playoffs. You're probably right, but
we're getting ahead of ourselves.
But we just thought experiment. Yeah. M. Parsons is asking where the turtle is.
Yeah,
Chris, he sent you the turtle.
Oh, all right. Sorry. Listen, I get distracted. Okay. No, wait. Oh, yep, there it is. Okay, I got it.
Hey, but while you're looking for the turtle, nothing makes a guy in his 40s feel older than a post like this from Mad City Brew. Let him pitch 3 times like the 1900s. Yeah, back in the 99 when they would throw him 3 times. Yeah, the 1900s, man.
Nice. Hey, don't forget, Curt Schilling went 3 times in 2001, and Bumgarner started twice and relieved once in 2014.
That's right, the relief appearance. Yeah.
So and that wasn't like he didn't exactly just get the third out of an inning. I think he threw 5 innings in his relief appearance. So
it's not just from the olden days.
Yeah. I will say Curt Schilling is probably the only guy to have done it and then continued to have like a lengthy, successful career afterwards. Like Bumgarner, unfortunately was never the same after that. Right? Like he signed it and he went to Arizona and he was just doing batting practice.
Yeah,
unless he's watching this, please don't murder me for speaking ill of Bumgarner.
He was amazing, but his arm didn't hold up. Flailed out. We got information from Mango Bango. Otani does have a Dodgers card in Chrome. It's on the Topps website. It's the frozen fractor version they sample. So, So will he be the only one of this? Well, Blake Snell maybe that has a different base card than their award-winning parallel.
Yeah,
it would have been so Topps just to airbrush him into a Dodgers uniform and list the AL MVP on there.
Yes, it would have been very, very Topps. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure. Yeah, I mean, what kind of effort are they going to put in to get Blake Snell in the Topps Chrome set? I mean, they don't want to put Strider in there, so surely they'll try extra hard. All right. Dave Dixon, real quick. Yes, Chris Sale's gold mirror is him pulling a weighted sled, and it's him pulling a weighted sled in the Boston Red Sox training room. You can read Red Sox on the if you zoom in really close, it says Red Sox on the plates.
I don't know. I with his frame, I'd be worried about him pulling anything weighted.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Yeah, he looks like he doesn't fill out the back of the pants. We'll say that about him. All right, Daniel Cotter. Yes, I picked one up. I picked up a gold. And it looks as off-centered as all the other golds that you've seen. The surface is kind of a mess, but I needed one. The image is, that's wet dream imagery right there. Your favorite player holding the World Series trophy for your favorite team is pretty good stuff. All right, I did get a video.
All right, let's take a look. Frozen fractor immersion, I guess, is moving forward. I don't know if they've taken away the negative numbering. I heard they were going to do that, but who knows?
All right, ready?
Yeah.
Try not to look at who else is sending me messages, but here we go. Ready?
Yeah.
All right. 3, 2.
All right. Blabbing about slabbing. Here's Sunday night, and here's Chunk. He's coming to say hello. He thinks he's getting something to eat.
He's getting a little head scratch.
Getting anything.
Oh, look at Chunk.
Oh, a whole head of lettuce.
Say hello to the guys blabbing about slabbing.
Oh, look at him.
Say hello to Shelly the turtle.
Yeah.
He's moving pretty good today.
Yeah, he is moving pretty good.
Damn, Chunk. He's like really moving fast today.
Oh, he wants some camera time. He wants to be on the air, apparently, right, Chris?
It's a very photogenic turtle.
All right.
Oh, look at that.
Oh man, that's just really cool.
Yeah.
Well, here he is. It's Sunday. We're actually heading to the Doobie Brothers concert here in Houston tonight.
Nice.
Hopefully Michael McDonald is going to join.
Getting to see a little Doobies
gang tonight.
Look at him go.
I wonder if he means Chunk is also going.
Yeah, he did say we. Did we mean Chunk as well?
Oh, yeah. Well, and how old is Chunk again, Chris? Do you remember? Was he like 25 or something?
I thought he was. All right. There were 2 numbers that I remember, Jeff. There was the number 35 and like the number 55. One was an age, I thought, and one was a weight.
Oh, okay.
Or I'm just misremembering one of those numbers. So he's old. Let's put it that way.
Well, he's looking good. He's moving. He's moving well. Thanks for the video. And that's why he gets paid the big bucks to be Blabbenbutt Slabbin's mascot.
I also, and I'm very happy to hear that you guys have power in Houston. So I know the Houston area got leveled by that storm. We have another one of our Instagram buddies is, I think, still without power. Jeez. So I'm glad that concert's going on unabated. I honestly, the Doobie Brothers might not even know there was a storm. I don't know.
Yeah,
like their awareness level is.
They might not need power. They're just going to go.
Yeah.
James said power came back today. Nice.
Oh, nice. Cool. Oh, man.
Okay. So let's get to that question. Before we get to the card that we bought that I teased a little bit on the Instagram story. Who was it that had the question? I can't remember.
Tim? I thought was it a Tim?
Oh, I started, but I can't remember how to find stars. Oh, yeah. No, that's not it.
Yeah. Oh, look at us, Jeff. We're trying.
Oh, here it is. Yeah, from Scott.
Scott, I'm not even close. That's not even close, Jeff.
No, but his friends call him Tim. Okay. Off topic. I've never heard you guys talk about your joint collection. Why joint collections? How do you manage it, etc. Well, we talk all the time about our joint collection. So, Scott, you must not have seen us talking much. Yeah, a lot of time we started by having individual collections, and then there were some cards that we wanted to get, but they might be too expensive to buy, or we didn't want to take all the risk, and so we thought it might be fun to buy them together.
Yeah, pretty much exactly right. Like there's stuff that we both collect different things, and then the stuff that we combine. It's nice when there's like an expensive card. Like say there's like a Freddie Freeman or an Otani for $800 that we recently purchased and thankfully gemmed. Yay! It's a risk to buy this raw card, but if I take half the risk, Jeff takes half the risk, then it's nice. Then we're kind of in the risk together. We do it as a team, and it's fun. We're very fortunate. We've been friends for like 15 years. We live 5 minutes apart. Our wives hate us. It just makes it a lot easier.
Yeah. So it's as far as managing it, it's kind of a joint custody thing. If Chris wants to take some pictures or post something, it's the cards. A lot of the bigger cards we keep in the bank just because we feel safer that way.
Yes, but we have a spreadsheet. We have a Google Doc where we kind of keep track of all the cards we share, what we've done with them, what we've sold them, we've traded them, we're holding them. If we grade them, we have all like we know exactly what we spent on each one. It keeps us both organized too. I think together we're more organized than we are individually. At least that's how I feel about myself. Jeff is very organized.
Sure. Yeah, for sure. And it's also good because it makes it easier to have somebody to bounce ideas off if you think we should sell this card. Should we get rid of it? Should we buy a card? It just helps to have somebody else there. So it's
not every idea that each of us has is gold. So it's good to have someone to be like, hey, maybe we shouldn't buy that third Dylan Carlson card. Maybe the first two is going to be enough.
Slow down. Gavin Lux, maybe not. Or at least after the fact, we can remind each other. We'll remember what happened when we did buy that Gavin Lux.
Yes.
So
there's no such thing in this hobby as an easy flip. Absolutely not. The game, the hobby gods won't let that happen.
Right.
Speaking of easy flips, Steven, Sports MD Cards points out that the Ben Rice Tops Now cards are. I saw some of these sales, and that's absolute, and that's Kevin Moss territory from like 1990 Upper Deck. Base cards selling for $25, if not more.
Yeah.
If you really want, Ben Rice will be in Series 1, I'm guessing, next year.
You said something. Hold on.
He might not even be in the majors by then. Well, guys, Jeff couldn't take it. Jeff saw those.
I couldn't take it anymore, but in talking about the guy you talked about, look who I found when I was looking through my cards.
Oh my God! Look! Wow!
I was going to be rich.
There was a time. There it is.
There's the card Chris just mentioned.
Yep.
Yeah, a few Kevin Mosses. Man. They shared a card with Brewer legend George Canale.
Yep. Look at that! Look at Kevin Moss's jawline.
Yeah.
Things to be envious of, I grew up in New Jersey, and my New Providence baseball card store had two Kevin Moss Upper Deck rookies that summer. They were 20. One was 20. They're both $25, and one got scooped up. I went twice in a weekend, and they were both gone. You can buy that card for the cost of a postage stamp right now.
Yeah,
but he was really something.
So Ben Rice is probably, people are especially jumping on the bandwagon because he doesn't have anything, right?
Exactly right, Jeff. This is going to look weird if we have to post it, but Lincoln Thomas with an early comment of the week possibility here. That's pretty good. But
yes, very good. Very good. Very, very well done, Lincoln
Oh
Thomas.
my! Oh, that reminds me. We never posted last week's comment of the week.
Thanks, M. Parsons. I'm not sure what this means about Chris, but
yeah, I don't know that him. That's sort of like a floating pronoun there. I don't know which one of us that's even referring to. But
hey, all right, so we got some new names for the hobby. We got polygamy. We got card swingers.
Yeah, I don't know, Jeff. Do you think baseball card polygamy? I don't know if does that have the same ring as blabbing about slabbing? I don't know if it does.
Oh, maybe that could be a spinoff show, and we could try it. Good luck, Jamie. I hope he collects cards. Then you can have a nice collection there.
Also, I mean, I
won an award apparently as well.
Any reference to Three Doors Down, the rock band, is always very, very happy to hear.
When we can afford it and we have our producer in the background, they'd be playing some Three Doors Down, which would be great.
Oh, absolutely. Husband of the Year award goes to Jeff.
Yeah, I won an award apparently. Thank you.
Jeff, have you ever given your wife a sports card as a gift?
I'm trying to think about sports card. I've given her some cards, like pop culture cards of people or things that she's liked.
Right.
I've given her sports cards of our kids.
I don't think those count.
That I had made. I don't think I haven't given her any sort of mascot card or anything like that. So,
all right, fair enough.
We got an important update. I was pretty close with my 25. It's 28 and 80 pounds. So neither of your numbers was anywhere close.
I don't know where my numbers are even coming from, Jeff. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh wow, Daniel Cotter is all right. Jeff, get off your burner phone, okay? I'm gonna start calling you Daniel Cotter at this point.
Thank you. Just call me Daniel Connor. This is another a great show possibility.
Oh man, that's pretty good. That's really great.
Yes, SFO Sox fan kryptonite.
Yeah. So Deep is wondering about his Stephen Kwan stuff. I mean, if you have all of those, I would move one or two. Maybe keep the black because the black's going to be the best one. Maybe move the other ones. It's always dangerous to be all in on one player, and I know that having done it. Like when I look at my pile of Acuna cards now, I literally am squeezing tears back into my eyes.
It's hard. I mean, he was hitting 390, right?
Yep.
He's going to make a run at 400. Well, he's come back slightly down to earth. Maybe you find our friend Filmington, who's a big Stephen Kwan fan, and maybe you can pawn a couple off on him.
Filmington does love himself some Stephen Kwan.
M. Parsons is pointing out that I did give her some cards.
Yes, you did. Some Dansby Swansons, I think.
Yes. Yep.
Wow.
It's like giving a Hallmark card, right?
Right.
This sounds pretty cool, Professor. A custom Pokemon card made for my wife for Mother's Day. Like it. SFO Sox fan. I appreciate this comment, but I already had the haircut appointment. It was just getting too out of hand last week. So yes, I already had the appointment on the books, but both me and Huey, my son, got our.
Yeah, I was gonna mention that. I'm not sure I believe that story entirely. There was someone compared Jeff's look last week to Jay Leno, and he got the fastest, shortest haircut I have ever seen Jeff get. It's pretty funny.
It's true. I said, give me the anti-Leno.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You wanted the Kimmel, maybe.
Yeah, give me the Kimmel.
I think you could pull off the Conan, but that would take a little time.
Yeah, I dye it red.
Oh, so okay, Dave. Sorry, I don't know if I stepped. Yeah, I totally support this. If you could sell your Kwans and get a really nice Jose Ramirez card, I'm on board.
Which Absolutely. You can. His stuff is still cheap. We've talked about that a lot for a potential Hall of Famer. He's just wasting away there.
Yeah, Cardaholic, you're right. Try being a Trout fan. Yeah, I mean, this year has been absolutely brutal. I feel like all our favorite players are in a shooting gallery.
Yeah.
But hopefully, at least Harper's back, although immediately some like slightly injured. I think Freddie Freeman drilled him with a line drive or something to that effect. I don't know. And now Jordan's hip is bothering him. My guess is he's probably going to sit out until through the All-Star break just to rest.
Might as well.
Jeffrey's
noticing. Are we on opposite sides?
Yeah, I think we are actually.
Chris made it to the studio before I did. I think he was doing some early prep on his road trip, so he appeared here first. So whoever gets here first, I think gets the right side.
Yeah, and that'll tell you over the last year who is the more organized and the more usually prompt person. Let's see. All right. So Jeff, do you want to talk about the car that we bought and whether or not it was a stupid car to buy?
Yes. So all the discussion about a joint collection, two guys, one collection, whatever we want to call it.
Jeff, I'm sorry. I got to pause you for a moment. William Stokinger with an excellent Conan factoid here. Conan O'Brien was a writer for The Simpsons during their absolute golden age. And yes, he is credited with writing the monorail episode, which is sort of something put him on a very high shelf.
The what?
It's called the monorail episode. Oh. Springfield, puts in a monorail because, of course, as Lisa says, why would a monorail make sense for a small town with a highly localized, centralized population? But anyway, neither here nor there. William, you're right. Great comment. Jeff, as you were.
All right. So we're talking about having a collection together. So when we're looking at a card, or Chris will say, I saw this card. Should we buy it? Or I'll bring it to him. Well, a card came up. We talk a lot about. That's from the monorail episode.
Yes, it's one of our favorite, most quoted Simpson moments in my house.
I see.
Call the big one Bitey
in the comments.
Yes.
Oops.
Sorry. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say. So we talk a lot about buying smart cards now. We like buying flagship parallels, like a black parallel, a gold out of 50 from Topps Chrome, something substantial, right? A rookie card, especially.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. Usually, if we're going on a card, it's like a gold rookie, a black rookie, first Bowman Chrome Auto. It's something it's something generally that you would consider special. That some segments of the collecting universe would say they're investment cards.
Yeah,
we don't like using that
feel
term.
Like it'll hold some value. And there's a lot of cards that we have that don't fall into that category. PC cards that we just want to pick up, that we like the way they look. But if we're looking for a card that we think is going to hold some value, typically we go towards those rookie cards, parallels, autos. So a card came up that was really none of those.
It's none of those, but I was looking at it. I'm like, it just looks awesome. It's a type of card. It's just, I don't know. It just visually, it spoke to us.
Yes, it spoke to us. There's the nostalgia factor. It's a design from when Chris and I were collecting as kids. So without further ado, I'm going to just show it. All right.
Yeah.
Here it is.
So I'm going to make, see if I can, nope, this one. Oh God, sorry, Jeff. Damn, I can't. Can I remove me? Oh, well.
I think, hold on. There. Let's see.
So so this is the 2020 Topps Chrome 1985, retro Shohei Ohtani insert auto. And this design, as kids that bought cards in the late 80s, 85 Topps just looks amazing to us. We've always loved that design. The Clemens rookie, the Puckett rookie. I love Otani. I mean, Otani's, this is original autograph before he changed it. So we just we kind of fell in love with how this card looks. It's numbered at 20.
Yeah, Dave, it's a great signature. Like Chris just said, it's before he changed it. It's the end of his old signature days.
Yeah. But yeah, this is one of those cards that, it was too, I mean, it's not a card either of us foresee tripling in value in the future, but we just thought it was we just loved how it looked. We both reacted to it immediately and we're like, the hell with it. Let's give it a shot.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So the fun thing is to see these designs from when we were kids. You see a chrome version of them. We never had shiny cards as kids, but seeing that design,
yeah,
in the shiny version is pretty cool. So
yeah, with that auto, awesome.
Yeah. So was it a dumb buy? I don't know.
I will say, I don't remember her name. I don't remember that little Asian lady's name, but it sparked joy for both of us. So in that case, it's kind of a win.
It did spark joy. Did Ty show this card on Spitballin'? I don't
think so.
I don't remember seeing him.
I don't think he did, unless it was an episode I wasn't on. He was like some idiot.
Yeah.
Chris Hayes, were you sent here by the devil? No, good sir. I am on the level. All right, real quick. We're going to get back to that card in a second, but I just wanted to ask Professor's Dugout, our good buddy, a Simpsons trivia question. He says he is a big John Schwartzwelder fan. So
is he another writer?
Yes, and an exec producer for a while as well. So in an episode of The Simpsons, they go to a cider mill, and it's the Schwartzwelder cider mill, and they learn about apple cider. Professor's Dugout, what else was going on that day? What did Homer want to do on that day? Or what is he upset that he's not able to do on that day? While instead they're learning about how cider is made. Anyway, sorry.
Okay. While you're thinking of that, I just wanted to put up a couple comments I appreciate from William. If you're happy with it, it's never a bad buy. Wyatt says, if you just collect what you like, then you never lose. That's the only rule. But Wyatt also is saying $250, which sadly we paid more than $250 for it. So
it's also his third year card.
Right. Yes, it's the third year.
So I don't like how the math is going to work out.
Yeah, so maybe 100 max. So we probably overpaid in Wyatt's world, but
yeah. I want to point out James' comment here, which I think is apt. Yep, I don't think there's much mystery. There's not a lot of mystery here.
Like what? This? SFO Sox fan has a similar story. An Ortiz red out of 10 from the same 85 image subset. Nice. It's red. It's Ortiz set from my childhood. Sparks much joy.
Awesome. Yeah.
All right.
Probably
All
cheaper.
Right. Welcome to our commune. 3 guys, 2 collections.
Jeff here has an amazing item.
Ooh.
I'm curious how often Otani will do his kanji signature. I'm wondering how easy those are to get.
Yes, Jeff, and I'm also wondering how you got it. Like, did you buy it from shop at the ballpark? Did you get it in person? Did you see him? Let us know.
Yeah, I will. I want to just so Will's sports cards here. Excuse me, they do absolutely overdo the retro card thing a little bit. Those silver pack chrome cards, I have no interest in whatsoever. They do nothing for me. And those autos are all stickers, right, Jeff?
Yeah.
I think I'm not. Yeah. So these are chrome. They're on card. They're just a little bit nicer. I like the paper on card ones too, but I don't know. For some reason, they seem really rare. There was actually an Austin Riley red from the year. It was 1988 was the flashback year, so that had to be 2023. It was like a red refractor Austin Riley.
Nice.
And it was up for like $249 or $269. And I was looking, I'm like, that's just too much for Austin Riley's like 4th year card. Somebody bought it. Someone snatched it up pretty quick.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I like these cards a lot. I wish they're pretty rare. They're all low numbered. They're hard to find. I wish they were kind of cheaper, but I like them.
To Deve's question, thoughts on most collectible parallels for flagship paper? We've touched on, yes, the black parallels, the gold for, especially for chrome. Some years flagship gold are nice, and especially if you don't want to spend a lot of money. Clears out of 10 and other low numbered parallels. You just have to be careful there, because once you get the Mother's Day and Father's Day out of 50, you get the camo out of 25. They're not all as collectible as you might think. So I would be careful. To be honest, we try to steer away from everything except the black parallels and sometimes the clears, because they look so great.
I love a good clear. And yeah, I think Deve here nails those are the big 3.
Yeah.
The blacks are going to be always the best, but they're going to cost the most. Golds are like they've existed since 1992. They're really cool. They're numbered. They're consistent.
And there's some years when they're really tough condition wise.
Yes.
The gold. So,
but I'd say those are probably the most liquid parallel. I think you can always buy and sell those. They will move with the player. The clears are just really cool, but they're almost impossible to value because they're so hard to find.
Yeah. So we got the response from Jeff about the ball. I bought it when I was in Japan. They had Otani, Yamamoto, Shoto balls all signed by them. Kanji. So with the money exchange, I paid 30% less than what it would be in the States. Awesome.
Nice. Awesome. All right. I don't want to keep harping on the monorail episode, but Doc's Cards does have a great point here. Marge versus the monorail does feature 2 all-time legends, Leonard Nimoy and Phil Hartman. And Nimoy has a couple Simpsons episodes that are just, he comes in and just drops these incredible lines, and he's got some great.
So is Marge versus the monorail a different episode than the monorail episode?
Same one. It's officially called Marge versus the monorail. That is the.
Is she against them building the monorail in Springfield?
He is, because Main Street's still all cracked and broken, Jeff.
Well, you should be spending money on that then. I'm with Marge. Tax dollars at work.
I mean, you're gonna like this episode, Jeff.
All right, I should check it out.
All right, hold on. I want to see if Professor's Dugout answered my question. All right, so yes, the cider mill is the episode with Rodney Dangerfield, which is fantastic. It's one of my probably 10, 15 favorite episodes. But Homer says he feels sorry for anyone who's stuck at home watching Game 7 of the World Series. But there's a great Flanders line. You know what? Let's just end the episode, Jeff. I want to go watch that episode of The Simpsons now.
NSFO Sox fan is correctly pointing out you do want to harp on the monorail episode.
I really do. I really do. I just want to sit here and read the entire script from my head for all of you. But anyway, enough. Simpsons for now.
All right. So anyway, this is the card we bought. Was it dumb? Maybe. I don't know. Will it go up? I don't know. But one thing's for sure, Otani is collectible, and has a nice floor built into his cards because he is so collectible by people in many countries.
Yes, and I do think anything with his original auto will always supersede the as years go by and he continues using the new auto.
Agreed.
All the older stuff that has that auto is just gonna get better and better. So
yeah,
but yeah, I love that card, and that's definitely one in terms of joint custody that will spend time at Jeff's house and time at my house because we just like to look at it.
Yes. So I'm sure M. Parsons will appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Planning on grading it? No, I don't think we're going to grade it. It's not a perfect card. There's some surface things on it, and it just looks good in the one touch. Yep. Plus, it's easier to take out and really hold if we want to. So this one's not going in the grading pile.
Yeah, and because it's numbered out of 20, I don't think the grade is particularly important. As long as it's not bent in half, it's just a really cool card.
No mention of the dupe.
The Simpsons talk and no mention of the dupe. Uh-oh. I don't know. I'm not sure what that means. Hopefully I'm not embarrassing myself here. Yeah. Well, on an unrelated note, true or false, you can get mono from riding the monorail. Jeff?
I would say that if somebody's on the monorail with mono and you're extremely close to them, yes, you can get it.
Yeah, Homer says false, and Bart has to look at the book to see the answer. He's like, you're right, Dad. Anyway. On some future episode, Jeff, we're going to have to poll the audience and come up with 5 episodes that you need to watch.
I would do that. And then I could give some sort of report on them.
Exactly. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Yeah, I'd be in on that.
All right, hold on. I just want to catch up in the comments here. Hold on. Okay. Yes, that's what it's called. Ha! Sorry. Great Leonard Nimoy line. I can't stop. This is another quote that I say all the time. All right. Ay. I can't. All right.
Okay. There was another question. Oh, a couple value questions.
Yes, please.
All right. So, Dave, thoughts on Chrome versus Sapphire, especially if you can get Sapphire on-card autos like Acuna's rookie year. He's a tough case, but in general, what do you think?
Yeah, it's that is, yeah, it's Sapphire is weird, and I think you have to look at Sapphire. I don't want to make any sweeping comments because the production runs, the print runs have changed so dramatically. It debuted in 2016. I think I said yes. Debuted in 2016 and was about 200, 250 copies. It stayed that way in 2017 and 2018. And then it blew up in 2019. But Acuna is interesting because he has that bat down image in Sapphire. So that card's special. But his auto is that dumb horizontal shot of him like tracking a fly ball. So while it's Sapphire and it's an on-card auto, people don't really like it. I wouldn't put that in the top like 2 or 3 Acuna rookie auto list, unfortunately.
It's tough. Yeah, it's hard to make sweeping generalizations about this, but anything you should go for on-card autos.
Absolutely. Whereas like then that same year, 2018, Otani's Sapphire rookie auto it might be his best rookie auto. It's in the conversation. I would argue you could argue either the Bowman Chromes, but that Sapphire one is special, and there are like very few graded across all the grading companies.
Red
and Aaron Judge's rookie auto in 2017 in Sapphire, that might be his best rookie auto. Same thing with 2022 update. Bobby Witt and Julio and the aforementioned Quan, they have rookie autos in 2022 update Sapphire, all on card, and I think there's like 41 total out of all the cards. Very limited. Those are their best rookie autos by far. Yeah. But then 2023 update, they were all stickers. So like, it just it's hard to make generalizations.
Yep.
But we're happy to give specifics if you have specific.
Yeah, I would not individual questions on IG if you want. Jeff, this is awesome. Luke Adams, play for the Timber Rattlers. Are you going to go see them at their ballpark? I've always wanted to get to that ballpark, but I've not been able to. Chris, this is a question that you might want to.
Yeah. So Jeffrey Farmer's asking, he's new. How does he tell an SP and SSP? Everything on eBay. I mean, eBay sellers will just throw SP and SSP on everything.
Exactly.
So that's tough to go by. The best thing you can do, honestly, is you have to go set by set. Just Google 2017 tops variations, enter, and you'll get an image gallery, and they'll even break it down. What's an SP? What's an SSP? Do 2018, 2019. Just work your way through till you start getting a feel for what they might look like. And the codes on the back are different for SPs and SSPs. But really, it just takes time to kind of get used to it, to figure out what the base cards are, and then know you don't want that and look for different images. But just try some Google searches, pick a year and look it up and start scrolling through image galleries. And that's what I did. And eventually, like, it started to kind of click how rare this stuff was.
Good advice. M. Newbert says, did you consider buying a color parallel of that Otani, or was this purchase from opportunity?
There's only one parallel. I think there's a red. So the base is out of 20, the red's out of 5. I'd never seen, I saw this card on a checklist, but I'd never seen it before, like, come up for sale. So it was just on eBay. And I was like, Jeff, what do you think about this card? There is a gentleman on Facebook who had the red.
Yes.
That he was trying to sell. But it's just, I mean, how do you price something like that? I wouldn't even attempt it. And it would be astronomical.
Yeah.
Or at least past the point of logic.
Right. And how much better would the out of 5 red versus the 20 be?
We're just really happy to have it. It's probably one of our like favorite sort of, PC cards. I would put it right next to the Acuna in 2018 has paper cards out of Flagship with the 1983 design. And Jeff and I have one of the golds as like a gold border numbered out of 50. And the image is just him running. And he is you just pure joy on the card. And the signature is great. And I love that card. I know collectors don't necessarily flock to these, like the 2019s that are in, the 1989 design that's in 2024. Collectors don't necessarily love them, but I do. I think they're really cool. As someone who was alive in the 80s, those designs really speak to me.
Right. Like I said, it's fun to see these designs with stuff we didn't see back there. Autographs, refractors, parallels.
I would say M. Newber 57, we were not targeting this. It was similar to the Hank Aaron
the Reddit
Hope Diamond that I forget who was it, Falcon Sports Cards? I forget who posted. I think it was Falcon Sports Cards. Like, we saw it and we're just like, wow, that's a beautiful card. Like, we kind of just really wanted it. And we were able to move something to cover it. So
Will's has some advice here for us. So I thank you for that. I appreciate that. Make sure you keep communicating. A card divorce would be messy.
It would be met. The wives would have to get involved to mediate, I think. And that's the last thing they would ever want.
Oh, I'm sure they would. There'd probably be a giant bonfire where Chris and I are both weeping at the side of it.
Yes. Again, Professor's Dugout. Yes, this episode would be on the list. This has in many ways you're both winners, but in another more accurate way, Barney is the winner is a quote that is said quite a bit in and around my life and people around me.
A lot of Simpsons quotes.
And yeah, Homer at the bat. But the softball team, Jeff, that's probably the first one I would get Jeff to watch because.
Which I've seen parts of that, and I may have even seen that because that was in high school. I remember Don Mattingly was in that.
Don Mattingly is in that. The fact that you don't remember it, Jeff, means you haven't seen it. That's the only way the friendship can survive. is assuming you haven't seen it.
Give me 5 of those. Give me 5 episodes. I'll watch it.
William Stone. This is a fantastic. Another quote from The Simpsons. Although I believe he is fudging the spelling of one of the words in there.
Oh, so is it a Navy episode?
It was a naval reference. Yes.
Yeah.
Mad City Brew. Oh, here we go. All right.
Yeah.
Bold move. You're stronger than we are, but we appreciate you keeping the pops.
They didn't shine like that when we were kids.
All right.
Back in the 1900s.
MT Packs with a good question here, Jeff. What do you think?
Would you rather have a 2018 Otani rookie card, old auto, unlicensed, a Panini, or licensed Topps Modern Otani new auto? I guess if it was something for my collection, there's no doubt I would choose the Topps. The value on the 2018 might be higher, so if I'd be looking to sell it, I might take that. But no, I have an aversion to the Panini autos, the unlicensed cards, especially since most of them are stickers. So no,
I agree. Yeah, I would absolutely. I take the Topps Otani auto. I think once because the licenses are like Panini's baseball card lifespan is about like it's about to end, and then I don't know what any of those cards are. So I would 100% take the Topps auto.
Chris, here's a question from Tomahawk for you. Put together a PSA submission tonight, which is what Chris and I are doing as well, putting a PSA submission together. But 22 Heritage high number Bobby Witt throwback variation, but pretty sure it's an 8 at best. Would you send that in? It's such a rare card.
Oh, man. That's tough. Those are really rare, and they're really, really cool. I would probably send it in. If it comes back like a 6 or a 7, maybe you try to crack it out in a manageable way if you can. An 8, I think an 8's okay. Mm-hmm. Those are just so rare. I would want it protected, want it like, authenticated what it is. Because, yeah, that's his rookie year. I think I can picture the card. He's like playing defense. I think he's standing there. I know he's standing. Is he on the bases or is he fielding? I don't remember. But that's a really cool card. I would send it in. Roll the dice. Sometimes with the really, really rare stuff, they are a little bit generous because they don't see it very much.
That's true. Yeah.
We've had that experience with some Chrome cards. So you never know. I would roll the dice and send it.
Yeah. And you don't have to send it at a high level either. Try to sneak it in there.
Yeah. Throw it in a bulk sub and see what happens. Yeah. Professor Dugout, we have seen this sort of similar stuff like this said. And yeah, Chrome is the new flagship. Sapphire is the new Chrome. My main issue with Sapphire, and I feel like I've said this before, so I'm sorry if I'm repeating myself, is there's too much of it. We get like 5 Sapphire sets a year, and it's just too much Sapphire. We get Bowman Sapphire, Bowman Chrome Sapphire, Bowman Draft Sapphire, Topps Chrome Sapphire, Topps Chrome Update Sapphire. I think it's too much.
Yeah, I agree.
And that's not counting Garbage Pail Kids Sapphire, Jeff, which I think you made some money on, if I'm not mistaken, a couple of years ago.
I did. Well, that's back when Montgomery Club was a great thing to be a part of because you could buy cards for relatively cheap, and then if you didn't want them, you could sell them for a profit. Now the Montgomery Club is not nearly as good as it was. Yeah,
Dave, completely agree here. We try to avoid sticker autos at all costs. I'm not even sure I consider that card autographed. Like if you took a sticker auto off a card and put it on a baseball, would you say that baseball's autoed? I wouldn't. So I don't know. I think it's just stupid. It's lazy. It's irritating.
It's weird. It's become commonplace, I guess, in the hobby. There's people that don't like it, but I guess it's just become an accepted part of the hobby. But I've gotten rid of most of them. I still have a couple sticker autos in my Giannis collection, but not crazy about keeping those.
Yeah, I mean, it's different in basketball and football because I know there's more stickers in those sports than there are in baseball. But it's just frustrating. There's a conversation in a group chat Jeff and I have. Someone on Instagram, I could try to find it, but they posted I don't want to be mean to them, but they posted a Gunnar Henderson Superfractor rookie auto out of Bowman's Best, and it's an insert, but it's a It has the RC shield. It's a Gunnar Henderson Superfractor rookie auto, and Topps just put a sticker on it. And like, it's just utter disrespect of your own product. Like, it loses all novelty, all excitement is gone. Just
totally. It totally dilutes the value of their own product. Yeah. And if you're gonna put stickers on their base auto, fine, but the Superfractor, the low number cards, take the 2 minutes to get in front of the player it would take to get those signed. That's ridiculous.
Yeah. I mean, seriously, like, it's just, yeah, it's frustrating. Oh, this is interesting.
William says,
sorry.
William says, are you guys ever going to allow us to leave tips? You mean like suggestions? Because we're always open to suggestions.
All right. KC Card Connection. Excellent point here. He says this. I'm going to pull up an image of it, Jeff. But what do you think about this?
Stadium Club Chrome, the 91 design is Bobby's best rookie card auto. Yes, I know Chris loves this one. Oh, yeah. It is a great. I love the throwback design, the 91 designs. Have they been doing that every year now? They do a 91 design variation
for the last couple of years. Yeah,
they don't go forward. They don't do like a 92. Nope. Yeah,
in the paper set there is a 92. They do a 92 as well. I think everything's numbered to 92. Mm-hmm. But in Chrome they just have done the 91s. Oh wow, there isn't even one on eBay right now. Hold on, let me check the solds. But yeah, this would be in the running, I would say, for the best Bobby Witt rookie auto. There it is. There we go. Oh wow, not since May. How about that? It's just the image is spectacular. So I found one. Let me pull it up so everyone know what we're talking about. Share screen. There we go.
Yeah.
This is just a special card. High-fiving his teammates in the dugout. A lot of white, a lot of blue on here. The design is great. But what's especially cool about this is there are, let me do the math, 31 of autos of this image, and that's it. There's 25 base, 5 reds, and a Superfractor. And that's it. His Bowman, his Stadium Club Chrome auto that isn't the 91 variation is a different image. So if you want this image, you got 31 shots at it. And that's it.
Yeah.
So this is really cool. I think the Sapphire update has 41 total parallels. So it's like 25, 10, 5, and 1. So I mean, that one's obviously going to hold a little bit more power because it's Sapphire. But this one's cooler, I think, Jeff.
Yeah, that's a really great image. And you can tell his excitement for playing. He's happy there. That's great.
And it looks like, I don't know, there's no number 77 in the background. Looks like he's about to give Bobby Witt the ass spanking of a lifetime right there in the dugout. He's winding up.
Winding up, yeah. He's winding up.
But this is also, this sold for 1380, 1350? I mean, the Sapphire auto is probably going to run you 3 times that.
Yeah.
So this might be a sneaky good play for Bobby Witt.
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, Adaldis, I totally agree. Stadium Club on-card autos are awesome. The images are always great. And like sometimes like they sneak these veterans and retired players in there with really cool images. Like I think we talked about the Jim Palmer last week.
Yeah.
He's in like his boxer briefs and he's holding a dumbbell. I mean, it's great. I mean, that's super collectible right there.
Yeah. It's a very like 1980s SI stuff. Matt has a suggestion: rip off the sticker and getting it signed by the player, then send it in for grading and all the auto authentication. Thoughts? So it's a lot of work and it's probably going to damage the card. So I wouldn't do it. One of you guys buying your first Skenes auto? No time soon.
Yeah, it's going to be a while.
Yeah,
it's going to be a while. Not that we don't believe Skenes is good. We just can't spend that kind of money on a Stadium Club. No. I'm sorry, on a pitcher. On a pitcher.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Congrats, Jeff. Glad you got your Churio. Get it slabbed up. He's starting to do something. He's not having the season that Jackson Merrill is, but he's doing something. William says, have you guys looked at the 2001 time capsule cards? There's a Whitey Ford World War II uniform relic card.
Oh, wow. Cool. I have not seen any of those, but we will take a look. Mango Bango, I don't know. Is this true? Does Otani have no autos yet in 2024 stuff? I honestly don't know if I've seen any come out of like flagship. Any
black. That's been out already.
Yeah, was he in Topps Chrome Black? I don't know, but that'd be amazing if he stopped signing for a couple of years. That would drive people. Oh, I did.
Yeah. Now back to our usual spots.
It's like I think StreamYard just knew. They knew it was wrong. SFO Sox fan agrees. Yeah, you got to go to the Beckett image variation pages to get through it. Yeah, definitely. No, does he? Hold on. I don't know. I feel like I've seen one Mango Bango.
An auto?
Yeah, but maybe I could be completely wrong though. It's happened.
Buying pitcher cards. Yes, we're still recovering from Garrett Cole PTSD, sadly.
Yeah. Oh, okay. In a Dodgers uniform, right. He does not have any autos in a Dodger uniform yet.
But he's got some 24 autos in an Angels uniform still?
Yeah, some with the 89 Topps design.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, stickers in those silver packs, and then it looks like a couple on card as well. Yeah, Garrett Cole PTSD.
For sure. James, I think you need 5,000 subs to get tips. Thank you for actually considering that you guys would tip us for our useless knowledge.
Yeah, Amari Smith, real quick, generally for SSP Thursday, which is the first Thursday of every month, we want to see an SSP. We allow flagship SSPs, Topps Chrome SSP, Stadium Club. PSA calls them SPs. We say SSP. So any Stadium Club image variation works. Opening day image variations work. You know, right. we're pretty loose with it. If you come up with a good Topps Chrome image variation with a numbered refractor, maybe we could let that one roll too.
Yeah, it also happened last month. Happened to be on Independence Day on the 4th of July. So we were accepting some Independence Day parallels, of which we saw a lot of great ones from 2018 and 2019.
Yes. Ooh. Isaac, Jeff and I are not big Dynasty fans as of yet. We did show snow cards, posted that Jordan card. Some of it looks cool. I don't know. We just have to look into it more because some players have like 6 different images. Some players have 3. It's tough.
Yeah, and just and the verbiage of whether or not that's really from the player and how to tell. That's if you could match it to the games, that would be great. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Thick Boy Sports 83 design is great, and some of those 83 autos with Devers and Cunha rookies are really those are special. The Devers is actually really cool because then you have his rookie and Boggs with the same design. Both, theoretically, hopefully, the 2 best third basemen ever play for Boston.
Yeah, we'll see how long Devers stays there at third.
Steven with a good question. How do you make it onto an episode of The Simpsons but not into the Hall of Fame? Maybe that's Mattingly's best course to get into the Hall of Fame was his presence on The Simpsons.
Wasn't Strawberry on that team as well?
Strawberry was. Wow, I gotta say, M. Parsons and Professor's Dugout are really, they're on the same page with their Simpsons quotes. I'm seeing these insect overlords. Oof, yeah, the Treehouse of Horrors are really good. I'm sorry, we're still getting Simpsons stuff.
Mango Bango, yes. I love the Otani SSPs, the picture you sent. And I responded, you better post that picture, a similar picture on the first, because a lot of people would love to see that run.
Yes. M. Newberg, huge yay on this particular set. Jeff and I love the finest flashbacks. The 2020 set was actually the final straw in my attempts to hold off the hobby and stay out of it.
Lured Chris back in officially, and that was another
one. Just getting some 80 stuff
purchase. Yeah, you could get it for cheap boxes. It was like $60 for a hobby box.
Yeah. These sets are fantastic. That first year too, with the golds, the blacks, and the reds.
Yeah.
We actually just subbed, or I'm just subbing. Hopefully Jeff will take it tomorrow while I'm chilling here in Charlotte. The Freeman Black Refractor out of 2020. Those there's just so much color on the cards. They look so good. Yeah. So I love those sets. All on card autos. They look really good.
Isaac says he wasn't a fan of 2023, like 2022 a lot. I haven't opened any since then, actually. So I don't know even what the 2023s look like.
2021 also looked really good. But yeah, 2023 wasn't as good. But if we could ever find a cheap box of 2020, Jeff, I'm down for a live rip at any time.
Me too. And like Jeff said, now it's $60 for a blaster. Yeah, it's ridiculous. That reminds me, Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, we can get to this question, but what were you going to say?
All right. Well, I was going to say somebody had asked earlier about PSA, and your PSA comment brought it to mind. They were asking if we mail our submissions in directly or if we drop them off. Whenever possible, we drop them off. So that typically means the Burbank card show in the summer and the spring, kind of fall and spring, I guess. That's been great for drop-offs. Also, Long Beach has shows, mainly coin shows, but they offer some drop-offs as well. Yep. And then tomorrow, in fact, at Burbank Sports Cards, they're having an in-person drop-off event. So I'm going to try to get there to drop something off. So whenever possible, we try to avoid the mail just because you just don't know what could happen. But they do get mailed back. So there's always that risk. But
yeah, but I mean, it's so risky and it's scary because you know that everyone who delivers for FedEx and USPS, they know what CU receiving means. They know what that is.
Exactly. Or they see it coming from Santa Ana. They know. So yeah, you always are a little skeptical of that. But so the more we can reduce those opportunities, the better. I wish they had it where you could drop off. And I understand they used to have that, but now they don't. So even though for us it'd be worth the drive, the hour drive or whatever to get to PSA. But
yeah, we also we're not actively buying so much that we need to send that many subs. I mean, I think the 2 Burbank shows, at least 1 Long Beach show, and that's 4 times a year. That seems like that's probably
and usually those subs are like 20 at a time. We had a bigger sub earlier this year with when we got a big chunk of our 2020 or early 2010s Topps Chrome SSPs, but typically our orders are pretty small.
Yeah, try to keep them manageable, and that keeps the credit card bills manageable as well. All right, so Jeff, what do you think about Professor Dugout's Churio question here?
Okay, for Churio, any numbered Chrome rookie card auto, blue or better. Is that a question or an answer to something?
Oh, well, I don't know. Sorry, I saw 2 different things. I thought it was an either or.
No, but I mean, I like where he's going with this. I like blue or better for non-autos. I like that for Chrome.
Oh wow, I'm way behind on the comments here. I got to catch back up here. Yeah, Isaac White. This is exactly a thing Jeff and I were talking about. That's why we bought some Garrett Coles, because everything Cole has accomplished. I'm not gonna just pencil that in for Paul Skenes. He's got to survive a lot. Yeah, before he gets to 1,500 strikeouts. So we'll see. But yeah, I still think Garrett Cole right now, his stuff has taken a bit of a dive. And his last start against the Red Sox, he did what he usually does, which is pitch okay, except for Devers. So we'll see how he does if the Yankees make the playoffs, what his second half looks like.
Yeah, and it always becomes a cost-benefit analysis. You say, what would Skenes have to do to have Cole's career? And it's similar with hitters, too. And that's why we end up buying a lot of Mookie Betts, because these young players that are coming up are like, what would they have to do to get a career like Mookie? And then you see a guy like Corbin Carroll, who looks like he's headed to the moon. This year he's been really struggling. So, I don't know.
Yeah, Cardaholic here makes an interesting point. I feel like it can't be I complain and I'm very sad about what's happened to the Braves, but they lost their best hitter, their best pitcher. With the Dodgers, it almost feels like there's a San Francisco Giants fan with a voodoo doll and it's working. I mean, their opening day rotation is down to 1 guy, and it's the guy I think we were all most assuming would get hurt, in James Paxton. He's still out there. Bobby Miller's in AAA, who seems to have completely forgotten how to pitch. Gavin Stone came out of nowhere and was awesome for a while, but I think we're seeing some regression to the mean there. They started a guy named Knack today. They're going to have 2 spots in their rotation that they have to fill, and they're 7.5 games up in the West. So if they win that division with what's happened, I mean, how do you not give Otani the MVP or Freeman, one of those 2 guys?
Yeah,
one of the 2 steady
top 5. Dodgers will have 2 top 5 guys again.
Yeah. But I mean, that's no team could survive. No other team but the Dodgers could survive 4 of their 5 pitchers being either injured or ineffective to this level.
No, because they can go out and spend more money too.
Yeah. They're talking about Garrett Crochet.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Sorry.
Chris Sale greater than Strider. So he
this year for sure
into his shoes, but Actually, I wanted to click on Steven. This is a little, maybe a phrasing issue, but we don't collect autograph baseballs.
No. I have a couple from when I was a kid, and my dad and I went to shows, and we actually we met Mickey Mantle and Joe DiMaggio at shows in New Jersey, which that was really exciting for the two of us. And the only time I'm going to point it's the only time I've ever seen my father be nervous that I could remember was meeting Al Kaline at a card show. He was like, my dad would not shut up in line. Like he was just chattering and jittery. I was like, what is wrong with you? And he was like, Mr. Kaline, and like went to shake his hand. I'm like, he's younger than you. Like, what are you what's the matter?
Was that your dad's favorite ball player as a kid?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was really excited.
That, sure.
All right, Doc's cards. I appreciate the more Simpsons quotes in here. I forget where I was going with this. Sorry.
Well, while you're thinking about it, Will says Trey Turner, sneaky Hall of Fame track. Speaking of Trey Turner, he's on like another WBC run. I don't know. He seemed a questionable All-Star selection, and then ever since he was named to the All-Star game, he's been playing like his WBC self.
Yeah, he's one of those guys. He's one of those guys we've seen it in fantasy. He just gets hot as hell for about a month, and it looks like he's the greatest player ever played, and then it ends. And then for the next couple of weeks, he's there, but with no consequence. Yep. The fact that he's doing this against the Dodgers, though, is causing some even greater consternation in my parents' apartment right now. But, oh, wow. Corbin Carroll gives me Grady Sizemore vibes. Oof, that's both a compliment and an insult at the same time.
Yes, Grady Sizemore is a monster. An underrated monster.
Ooh, M. Parsons with a great idea. Maybe let's go buy a Trey Turner card. We'll put this to rest.
$2? $2 in on that. Probably get one of his top 50 cards.
Right.
Yelich, he's my man. I'm wearing my Yelich jersey tonight. Yes, leading the league in hitting. He's still on that potential Hall of Fame trajectory, and he'll get some MVP votes.
Yeah, I think we might have to get Jeff a William Contreras jersey at some point. Because he might be the Brewers' like top MVP candidate so far.
Well, he slowed down. He had a really rough June. He's catching back up, but yeah, he's love watching him play.
All right, this is just the kind of update I was hoping to get. I have noticed of late we've been busy. We've been doing stuff. We had friends staying over. I haven't watched like 3 of the last 4 Braves games, and they've gone 3-1. So
be something
to better when I don't watch. I don't know. That sounds like something bad, but it's been an hour and a half, Jeff. It's 11 o'clock.
Yeah, it's probably getting pretty late there for you. And I know you were up extremely early to catch your private jet out of LAX.
Of course. There are some eBay things I want to talk about.
Okay.
I'm really interested in. So if we have any Yankee fans in the chat, any particular like Aaron Judge fans in particular, I would like to talk about 2 Aaron Judge sales that we saw over the last week.
Okay.
So give me a second. Let me pull this up. The picture here is not great, but so I have lamented the Aaron Judge flagship image of him catching in the outfield and how stupid that is. But anyway, this is his Topps Chrome rookie auto. It's a blue refractor and it's a PSA 9.
And not a great picture for that eBay seller, I got to say. I mean, I love the baseball in the background, but with the glare, you can hardly see it.
Yeah, not a great picture, but still, we're talking about a Topps Chrome blue refractor auto.
It's a great card.
This would be like most people would gravitate towards Topps Chrome for rookie autos, and yeah, that's fine. So this sold for $1,600, which is
okay,
big chunk of change, but it's Aaron Judge, so I get it. So my question for people in the chat, if anyone's still listening to me, a Bowman Chrome blue refractor rookie auto, not the first, but the rookie, also sold in the last week, and it was raw.
Much better design, greater image.
Right. Would you expect it to sell for more? Yeah. Would you expect it to sell for more or less than the Aaron Judge Topps Chrome blue refractor?
I much prefer the Bowman Chrome, but I would guess that the Topps Chrome sold for more than the Bowman Chrome. Were they similar grade? Oh, you said it was raw.
So. Yeah, the Bowman Chrome blue is raw. So I mean, I would assume at this point, if you're sitting on a raw Aaron Judge numbered rookie auto, there's a reason it's still raw.
Probably, yeah.
So I was really surprised by this. Everything Jeff said is exactly right. The Bowman Chrome design it has a much better image, but it's still a Bowman Chrome rookie, or in Aaron Judge's case, it's his 5th year of Bowman Chrome of Bowman autos. But anyway, much to my surprise,
look at that. Look at that card, though. I mean, great image, cool design with the borders. The blue looks great with the Yankees. Yeah. I'm surprised that went for almost $600 more than the Topps Chrome slabbed one. Wow.
Yes, I was absolutely stunned by this. And the Topps Chrome was not a fixed sale, but not a fixed price. That was an auction. I was flabbergasted. I love the idea. I don't know if it's true or not, Jeff, but I like the idea that collectors are maybe gravitating toward this Aaron Judge auto because the image is so much better.
Yes, and I know that's one thing that we've been harping on ever since we started the show, that we just wish better images on cards would get more notoriety than just specifically the set, especially for Bowman. Bowman seems to have a lot of great rookie images, but they get overshadowed by also having usually have a Bowman first of that same player.
Yes. So DU says it looks better. M. Newbert says it's sexy. And yeah, absolutely. This is what we think of when we think of Aaron Judge in the batter's box, not jumping around in the outfield. Mango Bango, yes. I believe these were redemptions because there is another blue still in the sealed Topps, like top loader with the top sticker on it, I think on eBay right now.
Oh, then that makes this less exciting. I'd love to open some 2017 Bowman, but imagine if you get a Judge and it's a redemption that you can't do.
Yeah, and they tell you can't have the card, and then someone pulls it out of a white box at the National, and you just about want to commit genocide.
Yeah, that's another bad idea by Topps.
Yeah, but anyway, this is just really interesting to me. Topps Chrome versus Bowman Chrome for rookie autos. I like to think the image is starting to matter.
I hope so. I hope so.
Because I will take that Bowman Chrome auto over the Topps Chrome one all day long.
Same.
Okay. So yeah, that's wait, how devalued? This is an interesting point too that Professor Dugout is saying. It's possible that maybe because it was a PSA 9, people just shied away from it. I don't know.
But like Chris said, there's probably a reason this one is raw. Yeah, you'd think. I mean, the buyer might think, well, I could probably gem this, but the fact that it's still raw would lead me to believe that this is probably not a gem either.
Yeah. And if they were, I don't know if they were all redemptions. So full disclosure, I'm not sure, but this strikes me. It makes me think that someone had this. They got the redemption from Topps. They took it out, hoping to grade it, looked at it, and were like, ugh, crap. I do like the way Chris Hayes here described the card. It looks like the auto was done by someone who is comically large trying to handle a normal size pen.
It's true. Doc, I can't check it. I can't check the Blabbin inbox, so send it to Chris.
Yeah, I'll take a look after the show.
Or I'll look after the show as well.
Yeah, but yeah, those are the two sales I was really interested in. It's weird to see a Bowman Chrome rookie outsell a Topps Chrome rookie. So I don't know if that's flukish. I don't know if that's something that may.
Yeah, it's definitely hard to tell with one-off sales. You can't tell if it's going to be a trend or not, but we can always hope.
Mango Bango, I'm trying to remember what that card looks like.
I'm trying to remember as well.
Is it the one where he's just sitting in the dugout? That might be it. I'm trying to think. But yeah, Aaron Judge is also in every single set that Topps made in 2017, Jeff. So I mean, you have your pick of almost any design with an auto that you want to find.
Yeah.
Well, find an image you like and buy it, because there's just, to me, and I think Jeff would agree, it just seems like there's too many Judge rookie autos for them all to go up in value. If you can afford one of the Sapphires, that's probably the one you really want to get.
Yes. Like Chris said, that's still when Sapphire was very limited.
Yeah. Oh, Mango Bango, you don't like that card? All right, real quick, Jeff, let me just pull this up, and then we're going to call it a night. I really like this.
All right, while Chris pulls that up, SFO Sox fan and Jamie are talking about stacking nines, which I get. It's tough because I also like seeing that 10 on there, but I have to remind myself, is it worth paying that premium for that plastic that says 10? It's tough.
It is. It's extremely tough. And if you watched our video where we did a live reveal recently, we got a 10 on a card that it was graded a 5, and we cracked it out and regraded it, and it came back a 10. And honestly, as thrilled as I was to get that card in a 10, I try not to think about it because it just makes you question all of reality, really. If I'm being
it reminds you that this is a game. PSA is a game, and we can either sit out or we can play it.
Yeah,
those are the choices.
Okay. All right. Real quick. This is the card that Mango was talking about. I think it's a really nice looking card. I like it. It does kind of make me want to get State Farm insurance I don't know why, but I look at this and I hear J.K. Simmons' voice. Oh, no, that's Farmers, not State Farm. Damn it.
State Farm is Jake. Jake from State Farm.
That's Jake with his khakis.
I don't even. I'd have no opinion about this one.
It's neither great nor terrible.
Yeah.
He's holding a bat, so that's good.
Matt mentioned something we didn't get to. Maybe we can talk about this a little more in depth next week about Finest, because the checklist just came out. Yes, the checklist did just come out, and I just real quick. I apologize. I can hear my wife screaming. There's a parallel in 2024 Finest that just seems like it's the most. I don't know. Topps parallel?
No, it just seems absurd. The name of it is ridiculous.
Well,
so
yeah, we've seen some ridiculous names.
So this is the. Let me zoom in here. This is the parallel list. All right.
Okay. Oh yeah, now we can see it.
Okay. Oops. One of these is called. Okay.
Oh geez. Oh,
right.
Man.
Obviously, you're seeing the right one. I mean.
What? So, yeah, I see it's situated. We got oil spill situated between black refractors and red lava.
I mean, what is that card going to look like? Are there going to be a bunch of like dead birds and fish?
That's what I was wondering. Yeah,
Otani?
Sponsored by Dawn. Are they going to be taking the? Oh man,
sponsored by ExxonMobil or BP? I don't know. The idea of that card really, I don't like it. It makes me cringe. I don't like that at all.
Just this whole list. I mean, you get all the checkerboards on there and the red lava. Just go with red and black. That's great.
Oh no, Doug Campbell, please don't say this. I'll be singing that song for the rest of the night.
Man.
I have.
All right, we're gonna have to see what the first oil spill card looks like.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, seriously. Just take him out. All right. Yes. Call 1-800-CASH now. Yeah. The
Douglas Campbell has some sort of offer in here, but I don't know what it's for.
I don't know.
Oh, it's the number.
Yeah. For
Isn't
JG Wentworth.
877?
I think it is 877 cash now.
Yeah.
I can still picture the subway and all those random people in like.
All right. Thanks, Douglas. Now I got the phone number in my head too.
Yeah, here we go.
All right. Well, we appreciate everybody for joining us. I know it's getting a little late here. Thanks for making it through. We got to talk about a lot of stuff. I appreciate all the feedback on our Otani purchase. It seems like we got good marks overall, Chris, on our buy.
We'll take it. Yep.
Yeah. Yes. Anything else you want to add while you're out there on the East Coast celebrating a birthday?
Well, this is the dupe card. That Box Cards was mentioning. So that is pretty cool. As a Simpsons fan, I like it. But oh god, I have a structured settlement and I need cash now. It's almost as bad as Cars for Kids. It really is.
No.
It's so bad. It's so bad.
Don't make me sing that one now too.
Oh, Lord.
Yes, thank you everybody. Call your parents or go visit them if you're able to, like Chris. And we really appreciate it. If you didn't check out our PSA reveal from earlier this week, please watch the sweat. It was thankfully more happy sweat than sad sweat this time. But thanks everybody. If you have any questions, hit us up on Instagram, My Favorite Cardboard or Baseball Card Addict or Blabbing About Slabbing, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah, we got an Aaron Judge video coming this weekend.
yes, keep your eye out for an Aaron Judge video. If Chris's if our purchase or like the post Chris made with his Stadium Club today wasn't enough to curse Judge, maybe this video will be.
We're going all in to wreck the poor guy.
Yeah. All right. Thanks everybody. Take care.
All right. Cheers. Ooh.